Hey everyone, it's me, Ava, aka Kaisa. It's been a while since, oh my God, I have done any sort of twin flame updates or dream messages. I know it's been a while. I've been working on so many different things, but it's time for me to give you an update, and that's what I'm here to do. I didn't have a dream message. Thank goodness. I have been evolving and developing my abilities. And I chose the word abilities. Let me just get something clear real quick. We don't have gifts. That's a predetermined thing that the Matrix and instilled in our minds because we were living as humans having a spiritual experience. But in reality, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So just remember that you're just accessing your abilities, not gifts. Okay? Now remember, because we are all one, we each have a little bit of everything, but it's what you choose to tap into while you're down here. And that was your story. But I don't want to get too much into that. I would like to just get started on what I received. I've always had this preference to be able to give channeled messages of the collective, the Twin Flame Collective, and as a whole, energies and things of that nature, without having to go through all those extremes about deciphering and decoding dreams. So I thank goodness this is finally happening. All right, so let's get started on some stuff. Okay. The first thing I would like to state is we must stop bashing and down-talking the divine masculine. If you're doing that, I don't care who you are, you have a lot more growing to do. Okay? A whole lot more growing. And you must learn to see what's truly happening. Okay? Especially you readers and mentors and coaches and things of that nature for the twin flames. You should never be bashing your divine masculine. You should never be discussing what all is wrong with your divine masculine or anyone else's as a collective whole. We're here to show the newbies and everyone else, once you get to a certain level, how to achieve a better understanding of what the reality is. Okay? The first thing is all twins are awake. Let me just clear this up, okay? All twins are awake now. And it's just a matter of levels of awareness, okay? Levels of consciousness, okay? So just remember now that all twins, and I'm going to repeat this again, all twins are awake now, okay? All right, excuse me. All divine masculine twins are awake. I'm going to repeat myself. All divine masculine twins are awake. It's irrelevant if they're single or in a demonstrated partnership. They're all awake. Okay. Now, not all divine masculine twins are activated or initialized to the twin flame dynamic. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, the twin flame journey is just the acceptance of there's a connection between this person and I'm still tied to them and I still would like to be involved with this person, but that's where it stops. Okay, and then the twin flame dynamic is what transpires between the two of you, between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, as to what it is that you're going to clear, how you're going to clear it, how you're going to release things, ancestral karma, things of that nature. Now, the twin flame paradigm is a whole nother story. The twin flame paradigm is the whole concept of what twin flames are. Okay. And I don't want to get too far into that kind of stuff because, excuse me, that's not what I'm here to discuss. All right. I'm here to discuss this channeled message from source. And I prefer to use the word father. There is no right or wrong. Okay, here we go. The divine masculine, before I get into it as a whole, okay, is male or female gender, okay? A divine masculine is simply the energy, okay? So if you've seen my video about the truth about how this works, I'll place it in the video description box below this video so that you can go back and understand what it means, okay? But a divine masculine twin flame energy can reside in a male or female gendered vessel / body. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me clear the air about some misconceptions about what's happening with the divine masculine collective. All right? The divine masculine twin flame collective. Okay, here we go. It's not all about this fear. Okay? They're not any more fearful than you, divine feminine. Okay? When you didn't want to face your situations, okay, you don't, and some of you still don't. Some of you are still in denial. Not here for that. Maybe I'll save that for another video. Okay, before you start lashing out at what's going on with the divine masculine, you must comprehend these things. The divine masculine is the action, so to speak, of the dynamic. So you have to comprehend that when they finally put their minds to something, it's a go. So you better be ready, divine feminine, with all this hoopla you're doing, okay? All right. They're in a time of reflection. They must release the memories of the past. Okay. So this means that they're thinking about all the past history that you had together with their divine feminine, the way it used to be, or they're also thinking about how it could have been if it's a longer relationship status, like decades of knowing this being. It's a big difference, okay? So they're thinking like, oh, this is, this would have been nice, that would have been nice, and dreaming, okay? So as they're showing me as the Seven of Cups, and in the Seven of Cups, it's a bunch of cups and a bunch of clouds with different things in it, okay? So this is where they are, but they have to release that. And this is something that we as divine feminine had to do as well. We keep going back to what it used to be and how nice it was and all this tra-la-la-la-la. But you have to understand that we're not the same. We are no longer the same. We don't think that way. We're not where we were. So what makes you think that they're going to be there as well? They need to release that. See, what they're missing is that you're not the same person you were when you first started this journey. They're not the same. They're not going to be the same either. It's almost like starting a whole new relationship. Your bodies are different. Your train of thought and concepts and things are different. Your belief strategies are different. The way you respond to things are different. You see things in a whole new light, which is what you're supposed to do. And that's the whole spiritual journey as the concept. Okay? Now, okay. They must let go of that dream concept and how things are supposed to be a certain way. Okay. Because a lot of them do not have the coaching, or they don't search, because a lot of them don't know, they don't understand, so they're trying to feel their way through. I think I spoke about how I see them being buried in a grave alive, and they're trying to crawl their way out of this grave, and they're all dirty and everything, and they're trying to understand how they got where they are and what's happening to them. Okay, so keep that in mind. They have to come out of the fantasy that things would be so wonderful. Okay, just like some of you guys keep romanticizing. That's where they are right now. Okay, some of them are past that stage, but this is what's going on in the update. Okay, and these are the different phases and things that they're all going through, all have gone through or coming out of, and the next level that they'll be hitting. Okay, all right. Both the divine masculine feminine are different beings. Okay, so just remember your growth, your self-awareness. This is what they're trying to deal with. Okay, we're all in a different place. Divine masculine must learn self-love and self-respect and self-awareness. Now, I'm going to repeat this because Father was very adamant and specific on these. Okay, self-love, self-respect, and self-awareness. When I asked about, me, I'm about the selfish concept. And I said, well, what about self-esteem? No. What about self-worth? No. What about self-confidence? No. All those were no. This is exactly where they're at. I'm going to repeat it one more time. The divine masculine must learn self-love, self-respect, and self-awareness. Once he starts doing that, he must begin nurturing himself. Now, let me just give you a little bit of insight on what that's all about. A lot of us are going through the separation phase. Okay, so this is what this is all about, the separation phase. The 3D separation phase. Let me clear that, because we all know the whole cliche that this is not separation. We're always together, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, but I deal with the 3D, what we're actually experiencing in this tangible 3D earth situation. Okay. So with that being said, this is what's going on. A lot of you divine feminine are going through where they're not talking to you, you've been blocked, or you have some communication but not much. But this is what's happening. Okay, I just was told, like yesterday, that the divine masculine does not comprehend or know how to accept being loved, how to accept understanding being loved, what it is to truly love someone, what the actual meaning of unconditional love is, okay? So this is how this works. Check this out. So when you divine feminine blow up or get angry and things of that nature, and your twin divine masculine decides to finally reach out to you in some sort of way, check that. Okay, because that means that they're not showing themselves self-respect. That means they're being manipulated and you're being manipulative. Okay, and that's not where they're supposed to be. That means they're still trying to please someone. Remember, we go through this phase of trying to servitude and trying to please everybody at the same time just to keep peace. Well, that's what they're going through, and they must learn to come out of that. Okay, so when we're talking about self-respect, it's like, I'm not going to allow you to talk to me that way. But in the same token, it's like, now when you're nice, okay, this is the other side of the coin. When you're nice, they don't know how to deal with that. Okay, they don't know how, like, oh, I shouldn't have to mistreat you. Okay, and I'm going to state this very, very heavily. I should not have to mistreat you or treat you or speak to you in such a way that will, and that's the only way that you will respond. It's like the fear of not wanting to make them angry, the fear of not wanting to make us angry, the fear of not trying to rock the boat or rock the waves of anything. It's all about trying to keep peace, but it's not for their greatest and highest good. It's imperative. And this thing, I'm just going to cut away for a second. This myth that's going around like, oh, speak your truth to your divine masculine. Let me tell you something. There's a difference between speaking from your heart and speaking from ego. For you to tell your divine masculine to grow some balls, excuse the language, but if you tell them that they need to grow a pair, the fact that you're telling them that they should man up and all this, that's no. That is not speaking truth. Speaking truth is showing them how imperative it is that you love yourself. Okay, that you understand that things are going on, but it hurts you. Speak from the heart as to what's really going on. Okay, they're not going to open up. It's about the vulnerability, remember? So they're not going to open up unless you're open first. Okay, it's not like I'm going to do 2 steps and wait for you to do your 2 steps. No. That's not how it works. How it works is once you grow, they grow. Once they grow, you grow. Once you get the concept, they'll get the concept. And that's how it works because you're connected. Right? Your energies are aligned and connected. Okay. For you to speak from your heart and say, you know what, I care about you a lot. Okay. I care deeply for you, but, it hurts me when you can't see when someone cares for you genuinely. And you're putting others before yourself. This is how you talk to them. You don't, if you're still in the same place where you first started this journey, where's your growth? Okay? Where is your demonstration? Or what are you demonstrating? What are you showing them? Okay? They're watching you. Your energy, just like you feel their energy, they can feel yours. So let's not think we're better than somebody else, okay? Because they're coming up. They're coming up through these ranks, okay? And when they do, like I said in one of my other videos, you better be ready, okay? You better be ready. I think one of them I said, what if they show up at your door? What you gonna do? You ready? Okay. All right, because see, right now you should be nesting which I call it nesting, is when you have this feeling like, you know what? You've come to a point in your own journey, in your own development where you're evolving, right? So you're melding with your true being, which means that you are starting to balance out everything in your life. Your divine masculine, your divine feminine, your spirituality, your 3D life, family, home, work, blah, 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 blah. And all of that is all heading to an equilibrium so you can handle, okay? All right, here we go. When the divine masculine has gone through this tower moment that they have, because remember, they're awake now. Okay, so just like you went through your towering moment, here you go. Dark night of the soul is real, okay? Now, because we worked, a lot of you doing inner work, and you're supposed to constantly be doing inner work until, I heard until your dying day, actually. But it's not as, not going to be as intense as when you first started, okay? But just like you have your inner work to do, but there's no one coaching them. They don't even know what's going on. So they have to try and feel their way around in the dark. Okay, let's get our heads as divine feminines out our butt. And I'm saying that because it's like you only see yourself. Now, I'm not bashing all divine feminine, okay? But I'm seeing that there's a lot of it. Work on yourself, okay? That's where you're supposed to be. Work on yourself, okay? Just like I tell, they need to nurture themselves. That means now they need to appreciate themselves. Okay? Like you, appreciate yourself. What is it that they have to learn? Self-love, right? What is it that they have to learn? Self-respect. What is it that they are learning? Self-awareness. Oh, you know how we have our aha moments? That's their self-awareness that they're working on. Okay. The divine masculine must learn to forgive himself for taking so much time out for himself to heal, reflect, and to learn. So a lot of this that they're the divine feminine is waiting for him to get it together and all of this. It's because he is taking this time out for himself. That's what the purpose of, what's the name of it? That's the purpose of separation, 3D separation. And I call it separation of reflection. I've been calling it that for a long time. Now you get the concept of why I call it separation of reflection. So that it doesn't confuse that you're separated from your twin. You're just in separation from the vessel, the 3D energies of things that must be cleared first. Okay? All right. Here we go. The divine masculine must learn to surrender to the process and let go. Okay. How many times have we had that? Let go. Okay. Well, now they're in that phase. I heard bubble phase, where when they're dreaming and they're thinking about how life could be with you and how life could have been with you, and things like that. And, what happens is they have to release that just like we did. We have to release the romanticizing of this whole dynamic. Okay? We have to release the vessel. They have to learn, just like we had to learn, that it's not the vessel. You're not attached to the vessel. You're not attached to anything. Attachment. Okay? And attachment of expectations is what just came through, is what they're going through at the same time. Well, we had to release that. Okay? Give them a minute. They're coming up. Okay? Now that they're awake, and I mean all of them are awake, they're just not all activated or initialized to the twin flame dynamic. Okay? Because a lot of you have not even met your divine masculine yet. But this is where they all are going. Okay? All right, here we go. Remember, we had to, like I said, surrender. We have to surrender to the process, to universe. They're sitting there thinking, and they're showing me with their hands in their head at night with the 9 of Swords. They're thinking about, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to, they're thinking of plans of action. If they're married, they're thinking of, how am I going to get divorced? If they're in a demonstrated partnership, they're thinking about how to break it to them easy. And if they're single, they're dealing with other things as well. And from what I'm hearing, I guess they want me to rush to get to this part. They're clearing ancestral karma. Boom shakalaka. Drop the mic. Remember, just as we are clearing as divine feminine ancestral karma, energies along the planet, they are doing the same thing. Okay? So keep that in mind, because that takes a minute. That's self-awareness. Now, once they start clearing these things with self-awareness, it becomes self-realization, which is not a part of the things that I was, told to talk about. Not self-realization. They're not there yet. That's the step up from self-awareness. Okay, and I'm told they're two different things, and I'm not going to explain them at this time. They told me don't do that, so I'm not going to do it. Okay. So what happens with all of this? Please keep in mind, while I was being told what to convey to you, divine feminine out here, this song came through, and I'm going to play it for you. Nothing but blue skies. Okay? And now this is because this is their time of reflection, and to give them time to get where they're supposed to be. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. And this is the message that the Divine Masculine Collective wishes for me to convey to you. I'll put it in the description box below. Just remember, a bright, sunshiny day. Okay? All right. If you have any questions or you'd like to contact me, you can see about all that. My information is always in the description box, or you can check out my YouTube channel About section. All right? All right. So, with that being said, love you all. Peace to all. Wonders to thee. Ciao.